Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you taking time out of your day for this webinar. I'm very excited to be doing it. My name is John Otero, Category Manager for Legend Brands. Just give you a quick history of myself. I've been in the industry 29 years. I love the industry. Actually did cleaning and restoration. Started about 18. And I was with Coit Services for 10 years and moved up to general manager. We had about 15 vans go out a day, so it was fun. And then I was with Interlink Supply for about 13 years, and now really with Legend Brands for the last 5. So those who don't know who Legend Brands are, we're ChemSpec and ProChem and Sapphire and Dry Ease and Unsmoke and ODORx, and also we're the largest educator in the United States and Canada. We train over 6,000 IRCRC students a year, and that does not include the CPA classes, which is the Cleaning Professionals Academy. So we're always wanting to educate as best as possible our industry, and that's what we're going to be doing today. There's a lot of you on the line, so I really appreciate that. So all of you have been muted. Usually there's a lot of background noise when we have you live where we can hear you. But if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to put them in the chat box or question box. And also, just to let you know ahead of time, at the end of the webinar, if you have not used Unleashed before, please email me or text me your account, your address, phone number, contact name, and business name, and we'd be glad to send you out a sample. But let's get started. Let's rock and roll. Time is money, right? So education is the foundation of success. I always recommend learning something new every single week. Put time aside for you, your employees, because really you are solving problems every day. Customer calls and has urine on the carpet or Kool-Aid or a flood job, whatever it is, there's always problems. And the more solutions you have, the more money you're going to make. So there's 2 ways of getting training videos that we have. You can go to legendbrandsrestoration.com or you can go to legendbrandscleaning.com. For those who do not only cleaning but restoration, we have Xactimate codes on our every web page of our products. Also, you can go to YouTube under Legend Brands channel. We have over 200 videos. So great way to keep in touch with the latest technology and what's going on in the industry. All right, so when I used to clean carpet, and the customer's like, you know what, we've got all this, my dog's been urinating in this corner of the cat, and the first thing I would say is, I can't guarantee it, right? If we were really going to do a good job, we'd really have to use 4 different products. And we'd have to use a urine pretreatment, an enzyme odor eliminator, an odor encapsulator, a urine stain remover, if you were going to do the job right. And most of the time what happens is we don't want to spend a lot of time on it. And so we just want to spray something on the carpet. I'll let you know, all these 4 products, you don't need to use. Unleashed really does all of that and more. It also cleans as well. And we're going to talk about this 1 hour, one product, one application, 1 hour, one time. So we're going to discuss that. Where can you use Unleashed? First of all, it can be used on carpet and pad, tile and grout, especially if you do tile and grout. I would spray always mix the Unleashed 1-to-1. I know the bottle says for heavy, use straight, for light, use 1-to-1. My recommendation, just use 1-to-1. Okay, one gallon of water, 1 gallon of product. And if you're doing tile and grout, spray it around the toilets. You can actually pour a little bit in the urinals if you're doing commercial work, but spray it around the toilets. Let it sit for maybe 5-10 minutes, and then do your usual tile and grout cleaning. It's just a big difference. Upholstery cleaning, concrete, wood subfloors. So I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona. I've actually gone on some jobs where the homeowner rented the house out, and they had 5 cats. Carpet was a shot, so they replaced it. We heavily sprayed. We didn't pour. We heavily sprayed the wood subfloor, and the next day you couldn't smell anything. A week later, you couldn't smell anything, and the homeowner was ecstatic. Wool rugs, we'll talk about that. Unleashed can be used on wool rugs. A lot of specialty companies are using Unleashed on wool rugs. It is available in gallons, 5-gallon pails, and 55-gallon drums. We have one gentleman, Paul Barnett, he's out of Dallas, Texas, and he has purchased 6 55-gallon drums. And he says, John, I'm killing it with Unleashed. In the 55-gallon drum, it breaks down to be about $20 a gallon at that point. So it's available at your local distributor there where you get your products. Okay, so one thing I want to let you know, there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of companies that are manufacturers. They're saying it's just like Unleashed. It's really amazing how, before Unleashed came out, there's been pet stain odor removal products, but all of them had to use 2 or 3 or 4 different products. Like I said, an acid rinse, an enzyme, a stain removal, an odor encapsulant. This has no hydrogen peroxide in it. Okay, let's just point that out right now. We know all the other manufacturers. We know for a fact all the other manufacturers in the industry are trying to reverse engineer Unleashed. They can't get it. They're not going to get it. We're using new technology on it. So our industry understands the only way to remove stains is to use a hydrogen peroxide. Well, that's not the case with Unleashed. We're not using hydrogen peroxide. So if any of the products are like, yeah, this is just like Unleashed, is there hydrogen peroxide in it? They're all going to say yes. Then it's not Unleashed. Okay. Often imitated, never duplicated. Now, one thing is if you're using a hydrogen peroxide and then you're using a live bacteria, they counteract each other. Okay. And that's what the uniqueness about with Unleashed is, because we're not using hydrogen peroxide and we are using a live bacteria, they don't counteract each other. That's why they work. So the hour dwell time, let's talk about that. The hour dwell time is really for the stain, okay? It's not for the odor, it's for the stain. So if you don't have to worry about staining, trying to get a stain out, then 30, 45 minutes is sufficient. We've had many customers say, John, we've used it for 30 minutes. But for the stain, that does, the longer the dwell time, the better. Now, I don't want you to leave it overnight, but an hour is fine if you're working on the stain, but you're going to get paid for your time. We're going to talk about how much you should be charging. So we're going to talk about that. pH of 9, it does have some cleaning agents in it. So it also cleans, which I'll show you as well. But let's go into education, because for you to make money on pet odors and what I call a urine decontamination service, which is not part of the carpet cleaning, you have to educate the homeowner. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is educate you. We're going to do basically train the trainer. Okay. So we're going to teach you how to make more money. That's my job. I want you to make more money. The more money you make, let's just be honest, the more money you make, the more product you buy. So let's help you do that. So when urine goes down, and again, the thought process I want you to have right now is educating your customer, because I don't want you making $30, $40, $50. I want you to make $200, $300, $400, $500 on a urine decontamination. But you have to understand how it works. So when urine goes down, it goes down as an acid, and then it dries into an alkalinic salt. Okay, so it's always important to have a really good UV light. Now this one here costs like $50. This one costs $250. This is the one I'd recommend. It works. It needs to work in the light. Okay, let me give you a scenario. Usually the homeowners are women, right? And so we say, hey, good morning, Mrs. Jones. My name's John. I'm here to clean the carpet. Can you give me a quick tour of the home? And you're going to the kitchen and down the hallway, and you see that they have pets. And then you go in the master bedroom, and then you say, Mrs. Jones, do you mind if I close the blinds and turn off the lights? Right. So now Mrs. Jones is like, what? Well, I'm going to use my UV light. Well, now she's a little hesitant, right? So use a good UV light, invest in a real good one. I had one of my friends up in northern Arizona. He bought a $500 light, but he's making a killing on urine decontamination services. So have a good UV light. And even when you take the phone call, when you answer the phone, always ask at the end of the conversation, Mrs. Jones, I got one more question before I let you go. Do you have any pets in the home? Now, if she asks or he asks, why do you ask? You just say, well, we just don't want the dog or cat to run out, right? Which we don't. But what we really want to know is if you have pets, that price is going to go up. So you need the tools. Just like an electrician, when he does work on your house, he's got tools. When a plumber comes in your house, he's got tools. When a mechanic works on your car, he's got tools. These are your tools, okay? And the hydrosensor actually will sometimes, not all the time, but I will tell you, sometimes this will pick up the salts. Certain carpets, for some of the new carpets, aren't picking up the sensor on that. But most of the time, you can use a hydrosensor, and the salts will create conductivity on the points and create a noise, and that'll tell you even if the carpet's dry, that there's urine there. And the last thing I want you to do is getting on your hands and knees and smelling the carpet. It doesn't look professional. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the customer emotionally involved on the job. Okay, the more they're emotionally involved, the more money they're going to spend. Let me give you an example. When you go buy a new car, right? You go to the dealership. First thing the salesman's like, oh, which car would you like? Which car are you interested? And you're like, oh, I like this. I always wanted to get a Cadillac. Great. Let me go get the keys, right? They always want to go get the keys. And they always want to do a test drive. Well, there's a difference between a real good salesman and a bad salesman or a rookie salesman. A rookie salesman talks a lot in the car. So what do you think? How do you like it? A good salesman shuts up, because a good salesman wants you involved in the car. And so you're thinking in your head, oh man, this feels good. I look good. We go fast, we go slow, we take a U-turn, we test the brakes, we put the radio on. We all do the same thing. All he wants you to do is to get emotionally involved. And when you're emotionally involved, customers spend more money. So having a good UV light and the tools to educate the homeowner, because, and you know this and I know this, Mrs. Jones or Mr. Jones thinks Fifi never pee-pees on the carpet, right? But Fifi's pissing all over the place. And the more we can show the customer where the urine's at, the more money you're going to make. So I'm going to show you a little science here. Our vision is measured in nanometers. So a human can see between 400 and 700 nanometers. Ultraviolet light or UV lights are between 300 and 400. But dogs can see between 300 and 700 nanometers. What does that mean? The dogs can see the urine stains without a UV light. So if you ever have your dog, they go to your friend's house or something, they get real excited, right? For two reasons. One, they smell the urine and they can see the urine. And what do? They mark it, right? So having a good UV light is only going to help you find one thing: money. Okay, I call urine liquid gold because that's what it is. You're going to make more money, but you gotta dig for it, right? You got to find it. So this illustration is probably the most important illustration in this presentation. And I'm going to email you this illustration because you need to show the homeowner. So what I'd recommend you doing is either put it on your phone or I'll email it to you and you laminate it. But you need to ask the homeowner in this picture, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, where is most of the urine in this picture? And then you shut up and you let them think about it. And they're going to be like, well, John, it's looks like it's mostly in the backing and the padding and some in the subfloor. That's right, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, that's it. This is called, we have to do a urine decontamination service. I can clean the carpet. That's not a problem. But I can't just spray something on the carpet. I have to get down to the backing and the padding. I have to fully saturate everything to get that out. Does that make sense, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? And they're going to say, yeah. Now, that urine decontamination service does not include carpet cleaning. That's a totally different service because there's a couple things. You need to get paid for your time. You need to get paid for your equipment you have. You have to get paid for the products that you're buying. And most importantly, you need to get paid for your knowledge. Right? That's why we take our cars mechanics, because of their knowledge of the tools, right? That's why we have electricians come to our house. That's why we have plumbers come to house. Why are we not charging for this service, right? If they wanted to do it themselves, they would have rented a rug doctor. They don't know how to do this. You know how to do this, but we have to educate them and we have to show them this illustration. And I promise you, if you show them this illustration and you ask them where's most of the urine in the carpet and padding, and you're done, you don't say anything, let them think about it. They're going to understand why the price is going to be higher, because the price isn't going to be higher. It's not the $40, $50. Okay. So what we do is we mix once we show them that illustration, okay, then you're going to give a price. And what we do is we mix the Unleash 1-to-1. And you can apply it with a bucket, an electric sprayer, but a watering can's how I'd recommend applying it. And what you do is you create a circle around that spot, and then you work your way into the circle. Then you go hook up to your truck mount or bring in your portable. You got to pre-spray anyway. You got to move furniture. You're probably pre-vacuuming, pre-spraying. You can pre-spray over this. That's not a problem. So let it get the dwell time, okay? So then after, hour at the most, then you're going to extract with a water cloth or a flash extractor. And you're going to bring the customer into the home and you're going to say, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, let me show you what we're doing. And you show them all the urine that's coming out. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Yeah, this is how we get all that urine out. And the odor. And Unleashed is not only for urine, it's for feces, diarrhea, vomit, anything like that. It will work on organic stains. It doesn't work on synthetic stains. Now, what does that mean? So if the dog or cat has been taking medicine with a dialot in it, it'll fade it, but it won't take it out all the way. So that means you'd have to use a reducer like you use on Kool-Aid stains because it's a synthetic dye, okay? So if it doesn't come out all the way, it's probably a synthetic dye, not organic. All right, let's talk about pricing, okay? You've run into these jobs, right? You're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I did one the other day. First of all, how did customers get it to this point, right? Here's before and here's after, okay? Now, this room right here is 256 square feet. We will have to do the whole room, okay? So what we would do is we never tell a customer what to do. We always give them options, right? We're educating them. So what we'd say is, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we have three options. Option number one is a urine decontamination service. It's $1.25 a square foot. It does not include the carpet cleaning, but we will basically flush all the urine out of the carpet and padding. Then after that, we would clean it. But like I said, that is an extra charge. It does take a little while to do. Option number 2, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is we can replace it with new padding, right? We'll pull back the carpet, we'll treat the subfloor, replace it with new padding, clean the back and front of the carpet, $2.50 a square foot, or we can get you new carpet. Now, they're not going to do option number 3. Let's be honest. If they were going to do option number 3, you wouldn't be there, right? You wouldn't. And option number 2, you know, customers have done that, but they're going to go with option number 1. Now, if you think $320 is a lot of money, then you're in the wrong business. $320 is, you're not paying for it. You are solving their problem. Because you and I know, if you do not do this treatment and you just clean the carpet, it's going to smell like urine probably within 4 or 5 hours, right? You know that, and I know that, because where's all the urine at? It's in the backing, the padding, right? Don't be afraid to charge for this service. You need to get paid for your knowledge. You should be making between $150 and $175 an hour for service. So this job took 2 hours to do. Okay, not including, again, we're not charging, this is not including carpet cleaning. Okay, now if you follow me on Facebook, I travel around the country, and even before I worked with Interlink and before I worked with Legend Brands, I worked for Coit, and I traveled around with Coit as well. Every time I go into a class and train, I always hear this: well, you can't get that in this market. Every market has money. Every market has Cadillac dealerships, Mercedes, Infinities, Lexuses. People have money. You just got to get them a good enough reason to buy it from you. Educate them. That's why we can't spray and go, guys. That's not how you solve problems. You can't just spray something and leave. You have to work for it, right? And so do not be afraid to charge us. You will remove the odor. I have, in 29 years, I've never seen anything like this. Okay. Upholstery cleaning. So I'm going to send you a really cool video on how to do getting odor out of upholstery. But what you do, you need a carpet syringe. Okay. And what in the video will show you, I'll email you, is he's going to use this carpet syringe, and he's going to inject Unleashed about an ounce in the cushion. Okay. Then he's going to put it in a plastic bag. He's going to put the vacuum on, and it's going to collapse. And I'm not sure if you've seen that, but what it does is it collapses collapses the cushion. And what that allows it to do is disperse the Unleashed throughout the cushion. Okay. Now, another advantage to that is the cushion also dries really quick. And to you and I, when I was cleaning, to you and I, the job is done when we get our check, right? Or we get the cash, or we get the credit card, and we're done. We're like, Mrs. Jones, thank you very much. Hope to see you in 6 months or a year or whatever you like. But the job is not done to the homeowner until it's dry, right? Even if you did a good job, if the carpet is saturated, you'd be like, Mary, the next door neighbor, is like, hey, did you get your carpet clean I saw? Oh, yeah, but you know what? It took 7 hours to dry. And you could have done a really good job. You could have taken every stain out, but all that customer was, yeah, it took 7 hours to dry. So that's why it's important to dry the carpet, the upholstery, as fast as possible. You know, dry pods, air movers, dry it faster. As soon as it dries, the job is done to the homeowner. So something to think about. But I'm going to send you a cool video after the webinar. And I'll try to answer any questions at the end of the webinar as well. So wool rugs. Unleash utilizes state-of-the-art chemical technology that prevents wool fibers from damage due to enzymatic action. So we are using special live bacteria that will not damage the wool fibers. It does not have hydrogen peroxide in it. Okay. You do need to first, as always, check and see if the wool rug is going to bleed, right? We always check that. And then saturate the wool rug with the Unleashed. Saturate it, put it aside for an hour, come back, extract it. You do need to always rinse with water, okay? So we're going to apply the Unleashed, right? I recommend a watering can. Then you're going to go hook up your truck mount or portable, and you're going to pre-spray and so on and so forth. And you're going to extract with the water cloth. Then you're going to rinse water on that area, and you let it sit for 2 minutes, the rinse water. You extract, and then you clean the carpet like you usually would, okay? So after your initial extraction, you do need to rinse with water, extract again with the water cloth. You cannot use just a wand. You absolutely positively have to use a water cloth to get into the carpet and padding. All right. Another way you can make money with Unleashed is mattress cleaning. I got one of the customers emailed this to me, and he cleaned this mattress with Unleashed, $275. Customer did not even blink. If you're not doing mattress cleaning, there's a lot of money in mattress cleaning, and it's easier than upholstery cleaning, but you got to know how to do it right, okay? So I want you to test this at home. Take your vacuum hose, right? You all have vacuum cleaners at home. You should. Take an old black t-shirt or a black piece of fabric, put it over the vacuum hose, pull the sheets back, and I just want you to vacuum where your head is, where you sleep. And you're going to see this white powder. And I want you to show either your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever. And I want you to see their reaction, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting, right? And so now they're emotionally involved, and price isn't not an issue anymore. So I'm going to give you a magic word to upsell, okay? Always ask the customer when. Mrs. Jones, when's the last time you had the upholstery clean? When's the last time you had your area rug clean? When's the last time you had your tile and grout clean? When's the last time you had your mattress clean? The reason when you say when is that it's not a yes or no, right? And it makes them think about it. Wow, you know, I've never had the mattress clean. Do you mind if I do a soil test? It's free. They're like, yeah, sure. Then you take that black piece of fabric. You can go to Walmart, and it's really cheap. Get a big piece of fabric, cut it up like 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and you put it on your Energy vacuum hose. You always ask the customer, can I pull back the sheets and comforter to vacuum the mattress? He or she's going to say yes, and you vacuum the mattress. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. How much is it? And it's $195. Well, this guy would charge $275, but I'd recommend $195. That'll take you about 45 minutes. And all you're doing is, when you start, you pre-vacuum. I'd recommend the Upholstery Pro, because it does not overly saturate the upholstery or the fabric. So you pre-vacuum, then you heavily spray with Unleashed. This one had urine in it, right? And so you're heavily spraying. You're not pouring, you're heavily spraying. You let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes. Then you're going to clean the mattress like you would upholstery with a rinse, okay? And then I recommend using a dry pod afterwards, so it dries the mattress as fast as possible. If you do one mattress a day, just one, okay, you will add $46,800 to your bottom line, okay? There's a lot of money out there, and don't be intimidated when you have to give a price of $700, $1,000, okay? It's easier to come down than it is to come up. So, but don't be afraid to give the price. What would you rather do? 4 jobs for $250 or 1 job for $1,000, right? Let's think about it. You also don't need permission to give an estimate for other services. So put it on the invoice as an estimate only, so you can educate the homeowner on the other services. You've probably had this happen to you. I know it happened to me. Oh, I didn't know you guys did tile and grout cleaning. Oh, I didn't know you did upholstery cleaning, even though it's on the van, my flyer, my magnet, my spotting bottle, right? So we all live very, very busy lives, especially now with everybody having social media. So we have to educate the homeowner on what you can do. Now, one thing about Unleash is after it dries. If it gets wet or they urinate on the area again, it basically kind of reactivates on the odor, and it will help with removing the odor. Now that's something I want you to know, but I wouldn't tell the homeowner. But that's some amazing technology. Okay, so let's. So if you have not tried Unleashed yet, please email me. Okay, Legend Brands, j.otero@legendbrands.com, or text me, and I'll send you a sample of Unleashed if you have never used it before. Okay, I just need to know where to ship it, your company name, contact name, and I'd love to have an email address as well so I can send you some additional videos as well. Okay. So questions, let's see. Lee Lewis, is this webinar being recorded? Yes, sir. My technicians need to see this webinar, much improved from previous webinars that I've watched with you. Okay, excellent, right. Lee, you will get a copy of this recording or the video so you can show your technicians. Absolutely, Lee, I appreciate you taking time out of your morning for this. If you also if you want me to do any other webinar training for your staff, how to upsell, tobacco, cannabis odor removal, please contact me. Again, think about this. I get paid to teach you how to make a lot of money. So basically, I'm almost like a free consultant for you, okay? So don't hesitate me. I'd love to help you make more money. Let's see if there's some other questions out there. Okay, Donato, on the mattress, how long would you let it dwell, and what pre-spray would you use? Okay, so Unleashed actually has it has a cleaner in it, Donato. So you can, depending on how soil it is, you could just use Unleashed if you want, or if there's no urine stains on the mattress, you could use just a regular upholstery pre-spray. Okay, and in dwell time, easy, 20-30 minutes. Okay, but again, you have to do the demo. You have to do the demo to do the mattress cleaning. So go home tonight, today, and do it on your own mattress, because once you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, because I did it on my mattress, and my wife's like, okay, you're cleaning the mattress now, right? You do understand that. And I had to clean my mattress, but it is a great demo. One thing about demos, no joking aside, you will close 71% of your demos. Okay, do demos, and the more demos you do, the more money you're gonna make. Oh, Howard, so I appreciate you coming on today. Yeah, you took a class, bought a water claw, made a lot of money. That's what I'm talking about. All right, that is great. So I really appreciate all of you taking time out of your morning. I am also doing another webinar at 9:15 Eastern, or Pacific, 12:15 Eastern, and then at 3:15 Pacific, 6:15 Eastern. So if for some reason you want to come back on. But like I said, you're more than welcome to email me, call me, text me, whatever I need to do to help you out. Okay. So also, Donato, you said the carpet that was covered in stains, would you use the water claw everywhere? Yes, sir. That's why you're charging $320, right? That is why you're charging a lot of money. It's because you need time to work on it, right? So if Stan, you were talking also, if the whole room is urinated, you're treating the whole room, so you are saturating that whole room. Again, the charge of in the $1.25, you don't need to stick to. You can charge more, you can charge less. I just want you to get paid. You need to get paid for your time. But that urine, and I would use the terminology urine decontamination service instead of a pet stain odor removal. It sounds more scientific. It sounds more expensive. It's called marketing, right? But that urine decontamination service does not include carpet cleaning, right? You need to get paid for your time. Your knowledge really is what I want you to to get paid for. So Stan, you had a question, how much to charge if it's only 1 to 2 stains. You know, I recommend easy between $80 and $95. But the reason you can get that is because you're going to show them that illustration that I'm going to email it to you, okay? And print it out, laminate it, get it on your phone, whatever it is. But I promise you, by showing the customer the illustration of where the urine's at, that's when they're like, oh my gosh, right? Then they understand why you can't just spray something. Spraying something isn't going to solve the problem. You got to get down deep into that, because if the spot, Stan, if the spot's 3 inches wide, guess what? It's 6 inches in the padding, right? You know that, and I know that. And guess what? If they're like, that's too much, hey, totally understand. We all live on a budget. I can understand that, but I will let you know. I'm going to clean the carpet. I can spray. If you want to just spray Unleashed on it, you know, I would dilute it 4 to 1 if you want to just use it as a deodorizer. I love the smell of it. But by showing them the illustration, they're going to realize that you can't solve it just by cleaning the carpet. It's in the padding. So, Billy, good question. How much did we use in that room? That was 256 square feet. We used 4 gallons of product and 4 gallons of water. So that's 8 gallons of ready-to-use product. And that's the reason why I recommend using more of a watering can than a bucket, because a watering can you have more control over, okay? So it was $320. He had basically about $110 worth of product. So you made $220 profit, 2 hours work. And again, Billy, it didn't include carpet cleaning, right? So that's why you got to charge. You got to charge it. Urine decontamination is not including carpet cleaning. How to dilute it? Unleashed is 1 to 1. 1 gallon of water, 1 gallon of product. That's it. Again, you can buy it in 55-gallon drums. You can get it in 5-gallon pails, and you can get it in gallons. Okay. All right, man. Good questions. I love this. There's a lot of you on the line, by the way. So obviously, this is we needed to definitely cover this. And again, I'm on Facebook. You'll find me under John Otero if you're not part of on my Facebook. I'm always trying to give tips on how to make more money solving problems. Joseph, all right, on your sample 300, do you recommend cleaning first or after decon? Okay, great question. So once the customer agrees on the price, you're going to mix it 1 to 1, and you're saturating the carpet right then and there before you do anything else. Okay, you don't have to clean it. You don't need a vacuum. Just saturate. Well, you probably want to pre-vacuum. Sorry, pre-vacuum first, and then saturate it, and then go hook up your truck mount, right? Because you got to hook up your vacuum line, solution line, water line, your pre-spraying, your pre-vacuuming. Time's going by, and while that time's going by, the bacteria is starting to multiply, and the more that carpet and padding is saturated, the bacteria starts multiplying and starts eating at the odor. Okay, then you're going to rinse with the water cloth. Then you're going to pour water on that same area, and rinse and extract it again. And then at that time, Joseph, you clean the carpet and you're rocking and rolling. Okay. So Howard, John, thank you for all the knowledge. Hey, thank you for your time. You mentioned 4 to 1. So 4 to 1 as a deodorizer is just if they just want a deodorizer in the house, you can spray the carpet afterwards. Maybe you're charging 10 cents or something like that a square foot, whatever you want. You can use it as it's also an odor encapsulant, right? So it's not only as it's evaporating, and when you apply it, it's also eating at the odors in the air. So and we did testing of what women wanted as what did they consider clean. And if you've never used this, it kind of smells like a fabric softener is really what it smells like. And we did that on purpose because you and I know most of our customers are women, right? Lee, great question. Slide says rinse with warm or cold water. Hot water, I'm glad you brought this up, is good to mix, I would recommend using hot water from a sink or a tub, okay? Do not use your truck mount to mix it, okay? Do not use truck mount water. It will kill the bacteria. Anything over 150 degrees will kill the live bacteria. So if you can use a sink or a tub, you can go hot water, you can go warm water, but it's never going to go over that 150 degree mark on the shower or the tub. Just don't mix it with truck mount water, okay? So hope that was a couple of questions. Joseph had the same question. So after you, Donato, so after you saturate water claw, saturate again with plain water. Yes. So you're going to, again, mix Unleash 1-to-1. You're going to saturate it like with the water claw or water can. Then after your dwell time, you're going to extract. Then you're just going to put regular water, right? You're just going to rinse it. And the reason we're rinsing it is we're just getting more urine out. You'll be shocked at how much more urine out you're getting out of the carpet, okay? And then you're going to clean the carpet like you usually would. And then you're good to go, man. And then you're rocking and rolling, okay? Good questions, excellent questions. Well, again, I really appreciate, let's see if there's any other questions. Okay, so again, if you'd like a sample of Unleashed, email me at j.otero@legendbrands.com, or you can text me 602-620-8297. I need your physical address, your company name, email address, phone number, and contact name, and then I'll get it out today. But you're also welcome to call me, text me, whatever I need to do to help you out, okay? All right, how long should the dry time be with this process? Howard, it really, it boils down to extraction. For some reason, cleaners think I can use a wand. You can't, you have to use a water claw. And so if you do it real good, it won't take too long. If you want to use an air mover afterwards, you can. But extraction is going to be the most important thing. I always would recommend having a couple dry pods on your truck. Just one, those dry pods don't cost that much. They have a radius of 360 degrees, 100 square feet radius, helps it dry faster, especially if you're going to start doing mattress cleaning and upholstery, carpet cleaning, so on and so forth. Does Unleashed have a shelf life, Donato? You're looking about 3 years shelf life. But Donato, man, you should be going through this and making lots of money. So if you do buy a 55-gallon drum, man, yeah, you have a long shelf life on that. All right, Joseph, you got a pee-area rug. All right, you're cleaning Friday. Good deal, man. That's awesome. Well, hey guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry if I know we're trying to keep it to 30 minutes, but man, you guys have some great questions. Lee, you said, does it have a mixed shelf life? I would use, if you're going to mix it, I would use it that day. Okay, I wouldn't recommend mixing it and putting it on the shelf. So just mix it that day, use it that day, and you'll be good. All right, well, don't hesitate to call me. Like I said, if you want me to do some webinar training with your staff on how to upsell tobacco, cannabis odor, anything like that, I'm here to help you out. You have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.